When Dame Helen Mirren appeared on the Graham Norton Show last week, viewers expected charm, grace, and witty anecdotes. What they didn't expect was a jaw-dropping commentary on the dark side of celebrity fashion, commentary that many interpreted as a pointed critique of Meghan Markle. With carefully chosen words and a masterful delivery, Mirren pulled back the curtain on how some celebrities use clothing not as expression but as manipulation. There's honesty in fabric, she said, and sometimes there's strategy masquerading as sincerity. Though she never mentioned names, the parallels with Meghan's well-documented fashion contradictions were unmistakable. This wasn't just a casual observation from an industry legend, it was a subtle bombshell. Helen Mirren has spent decades cultivating a reputation for authenticity. She wears what she wants when she wants without bowing to marketing machines or image consultants. So when she referenced celebrities who changed their wardrobe depending on the message they want to control, many saw it as a damning contrast to Meghan Markle's carefully curated fashion identity. Since her entrance into royal life in 2018, Meghan has been praised and criticized in equal measure for her style. She called for sustainability and ethical fashion while wearing luxury designers with opaque supply chains. During the 2019 royal tour of South Africa, she wore modest, local clothing to Project Solidarity, yet later appeared in $4,000 Valentino dresses on private jets. The inconsistency didn't go unnoticed by fans or critics, and it directly aligns with what Mirren described as performative dressing, less about personality, more about persuasion. The Duchess of Sussex's fashion has often been described as political. She used her wardrobe to convey alignment with progressive causes, a black Dior dress to symbolize strength, a beige trench to portray vulnerability. But behind this symbolism lies a web of contradictions. In 2020, Meghan spoke passionately about female empowerment and workplace inclusion, yet frequently wore exclusive designer pieces from labels that have faced criticism for lack of diversity and inclusion. How does one reconcile such paradoxes? Fashion insiders have long whispered about the Meghan effect being more about optics than principle. A former British Vogue contributor noted that Markle's style team would intensely research the cultural significance of each outfit before major public appearances, not to honor the culture, but to generate favorable headlines. This matches precisely what Mirren lamented in her Graham Norton appearance: fashion choices driven by headlines, not heart. Perhaps one of the clearest examples of Meghan's fashion as strategy came during the couple's 2021 Oprah Winfrey interview. The black Armani dress with a lotus blossom motif, a flower symbolizing rebirth, was no accident. It was calculated. From its symbolic color to its designer label, it was chosen to sell a narrative. But as Helen Mirren pointed out during her interview, authenticity doesn't need symbols. It just is. That line, brief but powerful, was widely interpreted online as a subtle dig at Markle's over-symbolized wardrobe. Helen Mirren's words carry weight not only because of her experience, but because of her independence from the fame factory. She isn't selling a brand. She's not tied to Netflix deals, publicists, or image rehabilitation campaigns. Her comments stand in stark contrast to Meghan, who has been accused of building her entire post-royal identity around calculated public perception, particularly through fashion. Public opinion has started to shift. Once hailed as a refreshing modern royal, Meghan is now frequently criticized for using style as a smokescreen, one that hides deeper inconsistencies in her values and actions. Even on recent red carpets, Meghan's attempts to appear relatable in off-the-rack brands are instantly undercut by the revelation that her look was custom-fitted and paired with thousands in jewelry. Helen Mirren's critique, without naming names, gave voice to what many already felt, that in the age of media manipulation, even a dress can be dishonest. In a world where celebrities rely on stylists, social media experts, and crisis PR to maintain a spotless image, Mirren's raw commentary was a breath of truth. "I dress for myself," she concluded on the show. "Not to send a message or to fix a narrative." That, perhaps more than anything, drew the line between old-world authenticity and modern celebrity theater. And in that divide, Meghan Markle now finds herself on the wrong side of public perception, where fashion isn't about truth but about control. Whether Mirren intended her words to strike directly at Meghan or not, they've ignited a conversation. And as the Duchess prepares for her next round of public reinvention, it's clear that people are paying closer attention not just to what she says, but what she wears. Because in today's world, clothes speak louder than ever, and as Helen Mirren reminded us, they can also lie. This new wave of scrutiny comes at a pivotal time for Meghan Markle. With the launch of her lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard, and whispers of a fashion label in development, the spotlight on her sartorial choices has intensified. But the glossy rebranding efforts face an uphill battle as critics and now respected voices like Helen Mirren continue to expose the gap between Meghan's message and her methods. It's no longer enough to wear a linen blouse and call it empowerment. Audiences are demanding transparency, not theatrics. In the wake of Mirren's remarks, social media lit up with side-by-side comparisons of Meghan's past outfits, each dissected for contradictions between appearance and intent. Fans of Mirren applauded her courage to speak out against the manufactured wokeness many believe has diluted genuine activism in Hollywood. Meghan, once the poster child for modern royalty, now risks becoming a cautionary tale, a reminder that image without integrity eventually collapses under its own weight. Helen Mirren's message wasn't about fashion, it was about truth. And in today's image-obsessed world, that truth is rare. For Meghan, the question remains: will she listen, evolve, or continue the charade beneath her designer cloak? The world is watching, and this time,